Hello everyone, welcome back to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest update across South Sudan and beyond. Today we have two important stories from South Sudan that could have a big impact on the country, political and security. In our first story, we will look at President Salva Kiir has made another important change in his government. President Salva Kiir removed the Minister of Higher Education and immediately appointed a new minister. At the same time, the former minister was given a different government position. In our second top story, we will look at the ruling SPLM party has spoken after the death of Akobo County Commissioner Jimmy Makwaj, who was killed during fighting in Jonglei State. The party is calling for peace and asking all army groups to stop using violence. Before we proceed, if you are new to Changfied YouTube channel and this is your first time, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video you can be notified. Let's begin our report with President Salva Kiir appoint a new higher education minister. President Salva Kiir has once again changed the leadership of his government. On Monday evening, the president announced that the Minister of Higher Education, Science and Technology, Madur Biaryel, would no longer serve in that position. Soon after removing him, the president appointed Changfied as the country's new Minister of Higher Education, Science and Technology. The announcement was made through a presidential decree that was broadcast on the national television station. The government did not explain why the change was made, because no official reason was given. Many people are asking why the president decided to replace the minister at this time. Until now, the government has not released any additional information. Instead of leaving government service completely, Madur Biaryel was immediately given another important responsibility. According to this report, the president appointed him as the presidential envoy for the Great Lake region. This position is responsible for helping South Sudan strengthen its relationship with countries in the Great Lake region through diplomacy and cooperation. The position had previously been held by Foreign Affairs Minister James Petia Morgan. This means that although Madur Biaryel is no longer leading the Minister of Higher Education, he remains an important member of the government. His new assignment may require him to represent South Sudan in regional meetings or discussion with leaders from neighboring countries and support diplomatic efforts that promote peace, cooperation and development. So, who is Madur Biaryel? According to this report, Madur Biaryel has served in South Sudan government for several years. In May 2025, President Salva Kiir appointed him as Minister of Higher Education during a cabinet reshuffle. During his time as minister, he was responsible for supervising universities, college, research institution and other higher education programs across the country. The Minister of Higher Education play an important role in improving education. Its work include supporting universities, developing education policies, encouraging scientific research, and helping young people receive quality education that prepare them for future career. Education remains one of South Sudan's biggest challenges. Many universities continue to face problems such as limited funding, shortages of teaching materials, damaged infrastructure, and a lack of qualified academic staff. Students in different parts of the country also face difficulties because insecurity and economic hardship often interrupt their education. Because of these challenges, the leadership of the ministry is considered very important. Every new minister is expected to find ways to improve the education system and create better opportunities for students and teachers. Madud Biariel is also known for his political role. He belonged to the former detainees, often called the FDs. The former detainees are one of the political groups that signed the 2018 peace agreement, which is known as the Tripartite Peace Agreement, which was created to help end year of conflict in South Sudan. Under the peace agreement, different political parties share position in the transitional government. The former detainees have continued to hold some government position as part of his power-sharing arrangement. For many years, Madud Biariel has represented this political group within the national government. His appointment to another government position suggests that he continue to have an important role within the transitional administration. So, who is the new minister? The new Minister of Higher Education is Changfied Bichogret. His appointment marks another important political change within the government. Changfied Bichogret is linked to a faction of the South Sudan Opposition Alliance, also known as the SOA. His political group is associated with Vice President Hossein Abdelbagi Akol, who lead the services cluster in the transitional government. Over the year, this faction has worked closely with President Salva Kiir Mayardit administration on several national issues. With this appointment, Changfied Bichogret now takes responsibility for one of the country's most important ministries. Many students, university lecturers, researchers, and education leaders will now be watching to see the priorities he introduces. People hope that he will work to improve the quality of education, strengthen universities, support teachers, and create better learning opportunities for young people across South Sudan. His performance will be closely followed because education is seen as one of the key to the country's future development. So, the question is, why this change matters? Change in government leadership are common in many countries. Sometimes leaders replace minister because they want new ideas, better performance, or different political arrangement. In this case, the government has not explained the reason behind the appointment. Because of that, different observers may have different opinions. Some people may see the move as part of normal government restructuring. Others may believe it reflects political adjustment within the transitional government. Without an official explanation, it is difficult to know the exact reason. What is clear is that President Salva Kiir Mayardit continued to use his constitutional authority to appoint and replace senior government officials. This decision often attracts attention because they can influence how ministries operate and how different political parties work together. As South Sudan continue implementing the peace agreement, government appointment remain an important part of maintaining cooperation among the parties participating in the transitional government. Well, if you are new here, before we proceed to the next part, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell, so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Well, in our next report, we will focus on SPLM response after the killing of Akobo County Commissioner Jimmy Kwedmakwach. Akobo County Commissioner killed during fighting in Jonglei State. According to this report, the ruling Sudan People Liberation Movement, commonly known as the SPLM, has spoken after the killing of Akobo County Commissioner Jimmy Kwedmakwach. The commissioner was killed during fighting in Walgak Payam, located in Akobo County of Jonglei State. His death happened on Sunday during clashes between government forces and fighters from the Sudan People Liberation Army in opposition, also known as SPLA-IO. The fight took place at a time when tension remained high in some part of South Sudan, especially in areas where political disagreement and army conflict continued to affect communities. Jimmy Kwedmakwach was not only a government official, he was also the chairperson of the SPLM party in Akobo County. Because of this, his death has affected both the government administration and the ruling party structure in the area. Let's look at the background. What happened in Akobo? Before his death, Commissioner James Queen Makwach has been working from Walgak Payam. Walgak became the temporary administrative center for Akobo County after opposition force took control of Akobo town earlier in April. Because the country headquarters was no longer under government control, government officials moved their operation to Walgak. The commissioner continued carrying out his duties from there, managing local government activities and representing the administration in the area. However, the security situation remained unstable. Different army groups continue to compete for control and influence in part of Jonglei state. The latest fighting happened after SPLA-IO force launched an attack against government position around Walgak. During the clashes, Commissioner James Queen Makwach was killed. The opposition force publicly confirmed his death. Following the news of the commissioner's death, the SPLM leadership strongly condemned the attack. The party described the killing as a brutal act and called on army group to stop violence. Speaking after an emergency meeting at the SPLM headquarters in Juba, the party Secretary General Dr. Paul Kodit expressed sadness over the loss. He sent condolences to the family of the late commissioner and to the families of others who lost their life during the fighting. According to the SPLM leadership, the death of the commissioner is another painful reminder of the change of the danger facing public officials and civilians during period of conflict. The party said that political differences should not be solved through violence. Instead, disagreement should be addressed through peaceful discussion and dialogue. According to this report, Dr. Paul Kodit used the opportunity to send a message to all army groups across South Sudan. He urged soldiers and political organizations carrying weapons to consider peaceful solution. He said that violence cannot create a better future for the country. According to him, South Sudan problem should be solved through political discussion rather than fighting. The SPLM Secretary General appealed to army group to stop fellow citizens and to choose peace. He emphasized that anyone with political ideas or goal should use dialogue instead of weapon. The message from the SPLM leadership come at a time when South Sudan continue to face insecurity in several areas. Many communities have experienced displacement, loss of life, and destruction because of repeated conflict. A call for dialogue and national unity. South Sudan gained independence in 2011, but the country has experienced years of political disagreement and army conflict. The 2018 peace agreement was signed to bring different political groups together and create a path toward stability. However, despite the agreement, some areas continue to experience violence. The SPLM leadership said dialogue remains the best way to solve political disagreement. Dr. Paul Kodit called on all groups to put national interests above personal or political differences. He said that continued fighting only creates more suffering for ordinary citizens. Families lose loved ones, communities are displaced, and development becomes more difficult when violence continues. The party called on calm and reconciliation as the country faces new security challenges. The party asked peace partners and members of the international community to condemn the attack. According to the SPLM, the death of the commissioner and the circumstances surrounding it should receive attention. South Sudan peace process has received support from regional organizations and international partners for many years. Groups such as Regional Peace Organization and international supporters have encouraged South Sudan leader and opposition group to maintain peace and continue implementing the agreement. The SPLM believes that a strong message from these partners can help discourage further violence. The SPLM leadership described James Queen Makwach as a committed public servant and a dedicated member of their party. They remember him as someone who served his community during a difficult period. His role as both commissioner and SPLM county chairperson made him an important figure in Akobo. His death has created leadership gap in the county and has raised concern about the safety of government officials working in areas affected by conflict. The SPLM extended condolence to his family, friends, and colleagues. The party encouraged the family to remain strong during this difficult time. They also expressed sympathy to other families who lost relatives during the fighting. The killing of the Akobo commissioner has increased concern about security in Jonglei state. Jonglei has experienced many challenges over the year, including army clashes, community violence, and political tension. The state is one of South Sudan's largest region, with communities depend heavily on farming, fishing, and livestock. When conflict occurs, ordinary people often suffer the most. Families may be forced to leave their home, market can close, children may miss school, health care services can become difficult to access. The continued insecurity also makes it harder for the government and humanitarian organizations to provide assistance to people who need help.